generation or two ago, you could ask even children sort of what men or what fathers do and what mothers do, and they'd be able to give you exhaustive and completely non-overlapping lists.
I think men should have men's jobs and women should have women's jobs, and that there's a field in between where some men or women can do the job.
The blending of roles, I think, is what I'm trying to show that, it's not gender specific. It's not, cooking is not a mom thing to do. It's not just for women, but it's something that everyone can do, everyone can enjoy. And what about this one?
That's a boy.
That's for a boy too? And what is it?
A kitchen.
It's a kitchen, yeah. Boys have kitchens?
No.
Oh, they don't? Oh. Why not?
Girls.
How do you know this is a girl's kitchen?
Because it's a girl's kitchen.
Oh.
I wanted to say that I'm sorry for the way things went last year.
Oh, Tabitha, you don't need to do any more apologizing. It's fine, really. I understand why it must have been hard for you.
Okay, thanks, but I do want you to know that I am happy for you and Zach. And I met Ella, and she's really sweet.
Yeah, I totally love her.
I'm sure.
But it hasn't been easy.
No.
It's just not really the timing that I had planned, But
Right.
Anyway, why don't you tell me about you? Tell me about Asia. Did you love it?
Oh, it's great. I've often noticed that I spend more time alone than the average person. Mostly, I can accept this about myself, but I do wonder why I'm like that. Do I need that time because I'm an artist, or does making art just give me a way to cope with feeling alone?
In my early relationships after high school, I really was looking for someone to marry. I didn't really think it was possible or legitimate for a young woman to travel and pursue adventure without a partner to do it with. I'd also been thoroughly indoctrinated with the idea that it was a mistake to just live with someone when the goal was to get married.
So those years were the beginning of my activism and led to more reflections on gender differences. Affirming that I could be an artist rather than have what was considered a money-making career began here, although I was conscious of the need to be able to support myself.
In my upbringing, it was assumed that when I grew up, having a family would be my most important activity. Therefore, I had a great deal of freedom in choosing a path for my education.
At the same time, there was pressure to pair up, leading towards marriage. I resisted that pressure, but met my first husband during my last year of university and got married quite young, at 21, in the late 60s.
A first marriage during my 20s was full of conflict, and domestic labor was a recurring theme. The young men of my generation were willing to take on responsibilities around the home to a greater or lesser extent, depending on the division of labor they had witnessed growing up. Having to navigate these questions led me to a feminist awakening of sorts.